Aldrich Rosas of the Giants putting total leather, and we are underway.
All right, everybody, it's Madden 20. It's your boy, Sergeant Alexander. We're going to get into it. This Madden comes at you from EA Sports. If you haven't been following the channel, Madden is bringing back the college players. So you will play the Senior Bowl, I want to say, and the National Championship. And in your college tenure, you will have to in your college tenure in this Madden, you will have to excel in the combine. You cannot just be the #1 overall pick because you're the player. You have to actually be the X factor. You actually have to be better than the current starting quarterback, running back, or whatever position you're going to play. You have to actually be better than that person. So when you first get drafted, and you will get drafted based on what you do in the combine, and how well you do is where you will be drafted. You will not be drafted #1 overall. I've yet to see anyone that's been drafted #1 overall and go to a team and do it. So with that being said, do well at the combine and do well in the last game that you played, whether it's the national championship or the Pro Bowl or whatever it is. Senior Bowl or whatever it is that you do, or whatever bowl game that your college team is in. I'm thinking and assuming that it's going to be the national championship, and then you just have to show out in the combine. But that remains to be seen. I'm actually waiting for my Madden version to completely download, and then I'll be able to do some things. In the meantime, like I said, I'm going to play this NFC AFC Pro Bowl game, and that's it, man. Like I say, it's Sergeant Alexander from the Master Assassins Clan, and please hit that thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification, and do the normal routine so we can get these likes up and get these views, man. Please don't miss out, because I'm bringing you all the hot stuff as fast and as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead, let's get back into Madden.
Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers.
Shit.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown.
Well, there you have it. X factors, man. I had the right defense. He just shook
and the
look.
AFC has taken the early lead.
I was not expecting that. Like, this Madden seems to be a little faster, a little more aggressive.
Yeah, about that. The first
you definitely have to
touchdown
be on
of
your
this
P's
game,
and Q's.
how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot.
Any level.
Offense in this
I
ball
played it
I don't
on
think there's any
Pro,
question
I
about
played
it.
it on
Rarely
Madden,
do you
I
get
played it
defensive
on
struggles in the
Expert.
Pro Bowl.
You definitely have to be on your P's and Q's when you play it, because, like I say, the X Factor mode on here
Jason Myers
is
now for the extra point.
amazing, and these players will step up and be the player that they are on Sundays.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 AFC. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards.
So let's see if we can answer back. So far, I've been having some trouble answering back to this AFC team. Just because, the X factors and the defense, they definitely bring it, and you don't have all day to sit there and set up for a pass. You have to catch these receivers in stride, and they have to be open. If it's not a good pass, if your feet aren't set, and your throwing motion is bad, then it's going to be a bad play. Just know that, just expect that. So just make sure that you out there, that you put yourself in the best position possible to complete the play.
Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
See, that right there was crossbody. It was bad.
Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Like I say, they are bringing it.
And this O-line is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone.
They're bringing
mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, now Breeze. They'll roll him out right. And this is Ertz with it, right side. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run with the Rams' Todd Gurley. Credit the tackle to the Texans' middle linebacker, Bernardrick McKinney. The starting defense now for the AFC.
Yeah.
One of the best
You
young
definitely
safeties in
have
the
to
NFL,
read the
Jamal
defense
Adams.
and make
Keep
sure
an
that
eye
you're
out for him
prepared.
because no
Right,
one
you
is
just
safe
can't just
when he's on the field, including mascots.
be bold and
Just
be like,
ask
okay,
Pat
I'm
the
going to
Patriot.
go for this.
Jamal Adams was
No,
also
you have
the
to.
2019
You have to
Pro
read
Bowl
the defense.
defensive
You have to
MVP.
make sure that you make the proper adjustments. If you don't, then it could be bad business for you. It could be a long day if you don't read that defense and make the play that you're supposed to make.
Play action, Breeze. Under pressure,
There was
and he
nothing I
will
could
go
do.
down. Sacked back at the 46. Geno Atkins gets him for a
That
loss
would
of
have been
8.
a perfect
What
screen
great
pass if I was
push
doing
up
a screen
front.
pass, but
But
man,
nothing
that I
starts
was
out that
not.
drive quite like a big loss on a
Did
sack,
not
does it?
Now,
work in
now
my
they're
favor.
looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
What I got? 3rd and 15. I need at least 11 yards right now.
Breeze now. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Wow.
Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in for the touchdown.
Okay.
Jarvis
Right,
Landry,
kid.
76 yards. And the AFC strikes quickly there for 6. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long
I gotta see that replay. I gotta know what the hell happened.
distance plays, whether long distance runs, long distance passes, it doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl,
I don't like that.
big plays are what we're all looking for.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Breeze now on first down. He gets it to Gurley, complete.
Face mask, give it to me.
Personal foul.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. One quarter down. 14-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, it's Breeze. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football.
Max, get me inside that goal line.
Now, you may very well have them fooled.
Defense.
Oh, yeah.
We looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Yellow lady, yellow lady. 55. Let's go, Hattie. Let's go, Hattie.
The give is to Elliott. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the NFC has now cut it to within 1 score.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Oh, come on, you got to be, yeah, man, oh my goodness, you got to be shitting me.
Well to the right and no good. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and push the 6 through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Okay, let's auto flip the thing.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding
I
the
meant to
game,
take that 20-second run off. I don't like
and
that.
tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the NFC will take over first and 10. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And
Hey,
incomplete
come
on the deep
on, man.
ball.
That was a catch, man. I don't know what's going on.
About playing defensive back
That was a catch right there.
Trying to figure out what they're doing, and on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, it's Breeze. And he connects with Ertz.
There you go, Ertz.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot before half for Breeze. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. So we're at halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the AFC out on top.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Boy, this AFC team has figured something out. They've got the lead again, looking to make it 3 in a row since the game moved to Orlando in 2017. So the question, what can the NFC do to come back? We'll ask that of our guys as we send you back to Camping World Stadium.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. 26, we get to the 29.
The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now Breeze lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. In this case,
pump fake, baby. The pump fake. What happened?
It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Come on, man. These motherfuckers do not hold on to the ball.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And Jones has it over the middle. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, it's Connor. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Mahomes now to throw, and he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover it for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of 1. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's going to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to...
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Mahomes going to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, AFC. Jarvis Landry. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the AFC adds on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Scratch your head now, Jack.
The offense for the NFC back out there.
I don't like these.
Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. He was taken down by the Texans' Jadeveon Clowney.
It's not something that we see every game now. Todd Gurley held below 50 yards, and we are in the fourth quarter. Got to give a lot of credit. They've done a nice job of bottling him up.
They absolutely have. And a lot of times he can still find holes, but there haven't been the holes there. The offensive line hasn't created much space. Credit the tackle to the Texans' middle linebacker, Benardrick McKinney.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. J.J. Watt. And the AFC is going to win this football game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.